There's a quiet power in stillness. While the world chases noise, fame, comfort, and chaos, the Stoics teach something radical. That the key to a strong, fulfilled life lies not in what happens to us, but how we respond. They weren't warriors of the sword, but of the mind. Their battlefield was the self, emotions, expectations, fears. And their weapons were reason, discipline, and inner peace. This is not just philosophy. It's a way of life, one that can transform how you think, act, and endure, especially in a world that often feels out of control. Here are 12 Stoic lessons that will change your life if you truly let them in. 1. Discomfort is the path to strength. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. Stoics deliberately embraced discomfort. They took cold baths, skipped meals, walked barefoot. Why? To train the mind to endure what the body could bear. They believe that comfort is not your friend. It softens the soul. But discomfort, it sharpens you. In a world obsessed with convenience, this idea feels alien. But true resilience comes not from avoiding pain, but from stepping into it with purpose. The Stoic doesn't wait for life to toughen them up. They do it first. 2. You can't control the world, only your response. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. Marcus Aurelius. This is the cornerstone of Stoicism. Control the controllable. You can't predict the economy, other people's behavior, or random tragedy. But you can control your actions, your thoughts, your values. When you stop trying to manipulate the world and start managing your response, you become unshakable. Let go of what you can't control. Master what you can. That's freedom. 3. Memento Mori. Remember you will die. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. Death isn't morbid, it's motivating. To the Stoics, remembering that death is inevitable sharpens your focus. It forces you to live deliberately, without wasting time on trivial things. Arguments, grudges, social status. All of it fades when you remember you're mortal. Every day is a gift. Don't waste it scrolling. Live it on purpose. For the obstacle is a way. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes a way. Life will not go as planned. The Stoics knew this, and instead of resisting, they adapted. The obstacle isn't a curse. It's a test. The weight that breaks and builds others. Every hardship is an opportunity to grow, to develop patience, humility, endurance. You don't run from the obstacle. You thank it. It's shaping you. 5. Detachment is freedom. He is a wise man who does not grieve for things which he is not, but rejoices for those which he has. Epictetus. The Stoics taught that attachment to things, money, titles, comfort, breeds anxiety. You may own things, but they should never own you. Practice detachment, not as indifference, but as clarity. When you know you can lose it all, you appreciate it more and fear less. Freedom is when nothing external controls your peace. 6. Time is your most valuable asset. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Seneca. You can earn money, build relationships, learn skills, but time, once it's gone, it never returns. Stoics guarded their time like treasure. They didn't waste it on gossip, luxury, or chasing popularity. They spent it on philosophy, introspection, and meaningful work. Ask yourself, is this worth my life minutes? 7. Emotions are not truth, just reactions. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Fear, anger, jealousy, anxiety. The Stoics didn't reject emotions, they questioned them. Emotions are natural, but they don't always reflect reality. A Stoic pauses, examines the emotion, and asks, Is this helpful or harmful? Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It means not letting them control you. 8. Virtue over everything. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. For the Stoics, virtue is the highest good. Not wealth, not power, not even health. Courage, justice, wisdom, self-discipline. If you live with virtue, you've already succeeded. Even if you're poor, even if you're alone, virtue is internal success, and no one can take it from you. 9. Be ruthless with excuses. Stoicism is not theoretical. It's practical, brutal, even. The Stoics didn't entertain excuses. Life is hard? Of course it is. People are unfair? That's life. The point isn't to complain, it's to act. Epictetus was born a slave. Marcus Aurelius ran an empire during plagues and wars. Seneca was exiled. They didn't use suffering as a reason to stop. They used it as fuel. 10. Nature doesn't care. Accept it. Don't hope that events will turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whichever way they happen. Epictetus. Things fall apart. People leave. Illness comes. Stoics embrace this reality. Not with sadness, but with acceptance. The world doesn't revolve around you. Nature does what it does. The Stoic aligns with it, flows with it, adapts to it. You can either curse the river or learn to swim. 11. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's clarity. Many Stoics spent time in solitude, reflecting, writing, observing. They weren't antisocial. They were self-aware. Time alone isn't something to avoid, it's something to embrace. It's where you learn who you are and who you are not. Stillness is where the mind resets, and clarity lives in quiet places. 12. Live as if you're already dead. This isn't morbid, it's liberating. Imagine if today was your last day. Would you scroll through drama? Would you chase status? Or would you speak truthfully, love deeply, and act fearlessly? The Stoics practiced death so they could live fully, not later, not someday, but now. The Stoic walks through life with urgency, but never haste, with strength, but never pride. Conclusion: you won't always be calm, or wise, or disciplined, but that's not the point. The Stoics weren't perfect, they were consistent. They failed like we all do, but they returned again and again to their principles. In a world filled with distractions, Stoicism calls you back to yourself, to live deliberately, to endure bravely, to think clearly, and to act with virtue. You don't have to control the world, only yourself. That is Stoicism, that is freedom, and that is power.